Hey friends, so just figured we'd bring you along for the day. Honestly, I don't know how the day is going to go because it's one of those days I'll be doing one thing and then I'll go to complete that one thing, like I have to go do something to do it, and then I'll get distracted and do something else, and then I have to go back to it. So we'll see how productive the day is. So far it's pretty decent. I got the kitchen cleaned up, which Lily done, but I just was in the mood to wipe down the counters. Again, we went to Target a few days ago and I got the new Dandelion Mrs. Meyer's spray. It smells delicious. Not delicious, but it smells really good. They had tomato vine as well, which was interesting to say the least. It smelled spicy. We didn't get that one, but I got a dandelion and Wendy got her one as well for her bedroom and bathroom and whatnot, because, well, if they want their own cleaners, you're not going to tell me, I'm not going to tell them that they can't have them if they want their own cleaners, and it, you know, encourages them to keep their spaces clean. So, see what I mean? Anyways, I got the sourdough fed, which is questionable because I have not fed it in probably over a month. So I fed it and then I got some of the starter out, so I'm going to see if it's still alive or not. Going to do that, and then I'm going to just throw together a dessert, something I kind of just made up in my head. I literally seen nothing, but I was just like, you know what, this sounds good. So what it is I'm going to take this chocolate cake mix, make like a Rocky Road cake. You'll see it. I'm going to share that with you. But I just figured we would share the day and see where it goes. Just got my walk in. I was going to run, and then I just piddled around the house doing my my ADHD cleaning. Like I would do this and do that, and then next thing I know, it's later in the day. It's not late, it's still pretty early, but it's already really hot out there. And I was just like, no thank you. But I did go ahead and get a walk in. Gonna get the kids some pancakes made because they're wanting pancakes, and then anyways, we're gonna get some pancakes for the kids, and then I'm also hungry myself, but I don't want pancakes. I do love me some pancakes, but I might eat one pancake. I'm going to make some protein for myself, probably a smoked sausage and some eggs.
I see you, I close my eyes and I see you. I feel you, I sense you're always there. I hear you, your voice I hear so clearly. So near me, I see you everywhere. And my eyes are filled with tears as you strip me of all my fears. So I stand before you naked, and as I am, you fill me with a love too great to understand. Am I dreaming or awake? It's just the same. And I'm crying tears of joy. I tears of joy. I never cry, crying tears of joy. I'm crying tears of joy.
If you look at the recipe card, I will tell you to use hot fudge. That's because all I had was chocolate syrup when I made it, but without even tasting it, I was like, this would have been better with hot fudge. And sure enough, when I tasted it, obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate syrup though, so, you know, that probably plays a part in it, but definitely would be better with hot fudge. So I just put hot fudge in the recipe makeup instead of instead of saying syrup, but you can use any kind of chocolate sauce or syrup or whatever for this part. It's going to be good either way, but hot fudge would have been next level, I'm pretty sure.
Crying tears of joy. Tears of joy. Crying tears of joy. I am crying tears of joy. Crying tears of joy. Here I stand before you naked as I am. You fill me with a love too great to understand, and I dream it all awake, it's just the same. 'Cause I'm crying tears of joy. I never cry for pain. Naked as I am, I never cry. You fill me with a love too great to understand. Am I dreaming or awake? It's just the same. I am crying tears of joy. I never cry for pain. I never cry for pain. I never cry for pain.
Now, after the mixed nuts, I did do little pinches of salt. I don't know why I said pinch off some salt. That's what was said in my head. You couldn't hear it, but now you did. Anyways, I put a little bit of salt in my hand and just kind of sprinkled it over top. I done this when I made turtle brownies, and just the little pinch of salt on top elevates it. The nuts, I think, are already salted. I'm not sure. This is just like the sundae topping mixed nuts, but it just adds so much to it, even though it's so little. So obviously this step is optional, but I highly recommend that you add the salt. Like I said, I would do, you know, just pinch it on with your fingers. I wouldn't use like a salt shaker or anything, because it would probably overdo it that way, or you could. I know I probably definitely would. But they are delicious. This was so very good. It would have been better with hot fudge. We already went over that, but it was good. Now, you want it to be cold, and that was an issue for me with the little pieces of chocolate on top, because I'm weird about mixing textures with temperatures and all of that. Like, I don't like M&Ms and ice cream because I don't like the hard candy, you know? So, the candy bars here on top do get a little hard in the refrigerator. It's not like terrible, and you can just flick it to the side and eat it last or whatever. But for appearances, it definitely elevates it. So I definitely approve of adding the candy on top. I just don't like eating it straight out of the fridge. And this is definitely a good cold cake, especially when it's like almost 90 degrees. It was really good. I'm gonna go eat me a piece right now. Are you Lolly? Dad wants to know if you want to go to the creek. You want to go to the creek?
Yeah. What creek?
I don't know. Get ready.
I'm ready.
Well, shoes. And since we're out here, we had to stop at Feeders yesterday and get Lily some mealworms for Phoebe, and they had this, and I had to get it. It is a bird feeder, but it is a chicken, so it's super cute. I just have to find where I'm going to put it at. So for now, it is sitting right here. You can put, like, I think it said peanuts and sunflower seeds in this part, and then the soot or whatever, cube, whatever. I bought 2 of the things to go in here because I didn't realize. I knew it said you could put like sunflower seeds and stuff in it, but I wasn't sure how to do it. I had Violet with me, so obviously I couldn't, like, you know, really maneuver it or whatever, but this pops open. You can put sunflower seeds in here, so I thought that was super cute. But gotta figure out where we're gonna put it. It kind of has Elmo vibes to it, but it's cute, so I like Elmo. What's wrong with Elmo? So we got that. And then we also got two of these. Mine from last year was trash. I think I've had them for 2 years, so I threw them away and needed replacements, and I just thought these was pretty. They had some that had like little solar lights and whatever. These $5 more each, and that would have been $10 more expensive, but I really liked this color anyways, so we went with it. It was like $15 at Feeders, but I thought it was really pretty, and I really liked the color. We've already had our little hummingbird friends back for the year, so hopefully they find it and enjoy it, and we get to see them enjoy it as well. But John got home kind of early from work, and it's super, you know, it's hot today, so he asked if the kids wanted to go to the creek, and they don't never turn that down. So they're getting ready, and we're gonna head out and go to the creek. And I figured since I was recording today, we just bring you along for a little bit of that as well.
You count on who to eat? Me? No?
I counted 13.
Why does Daddy always have to be extra?
What?
Okay, on the ledge.
What you talking about? I can see better here.
Yeah, you could die better there too. Crazy man.
I think it was when Nolan had Scout. Hey, Wendy.
She would have been 2.
Wendy. Do you remember when we made like a slide thing over there, like a water slide? You don't remember it?
Jonathan. You probably remember.
I think I had them over like style swimming pools that had like thick plastic.
That's a lie.
I had a big plastic thing, and I showed them. Oh man!
I knew he was gonna do that.
He is the toe.
Yeah. I knew you did not like it.
What you got doing?
What do you got?
There was stuff in that plant, I think.
Nice. It do. So when we first got down to this little creek area, we come here quite often. We've been coming here for years. We've came here since I was pregnant with Jonathan. So John had just remembered and was talking about how when I was in the hospital having Nolan, well, I'd already had Nolan, he always came home and stayed with the kids. Like, he was there for the birth, obviously. But then my parents would stay in the hospital with me, and he would come home and stay with our other kids so that, you know, they were still as normal as possible and whatnot. And so he was talking about it. None of the kids remembered it. Wendy would have been 2. Lily would have been 3, almost 4. And so I told him, I said, I'll ask Jonathan, because Jonathan has a really good memory about stuff like that. And I asked him, and sure enough, he did remember. And it was just one of the perks of, you know, keeping our kids in the same area that we, I guess you could say, raised them, even though they're still being raised because they're not grown yet. Go, and, you know, we're pretty close, so we can still do that. But it's just really nice. Okay, that's what we're trying to say. It's really nice to be able to go places like this and remember things and just be able to look back on them. And I especially like hearing about the moments that, you know, I wasn't there because I was in the hospital having, just had baby Nolan, but I really enjoy hearing about it, and just especially makes it more special hearing, you know, other people talk about the things that I didn't get to be a part of. Who's the psycho now? John had to go across the creek with the kids. As you can see how deep it was on him, and I'm a foot shorter than him, and I can't stand to get wet and have to keep on wet clothes. I didn't intend to get wet, so I was just like, no thank you, I'm gonna sit down here and relax and just enjoy the creek from this side of that water. And John is not a fan of cold. Like, he's even worse about cold than I am, so it was just fun to have to watch him endure that. Maybe that sounds mean, but it was all in good fun. But I can't stand to be wet, and they always pick on me because if, you know, I take a shower, I'm good with being wet. I'm in the pool, I'm good with being wet, but having to change clothes, especially out in public or riding home wet, it's not my thing. It's not going to be my thing. I don't care who wants me to do it. So I just sat down and enjoyed the creek and the view. and then they came back to us on our side. It's up high enough, isn't it? So little. It looks bigger on the camera than it actually is, doesn't it? Yeah. I scared it off.
You gotta start running. You're really bad at this.
Alright friends, so after the creek adventure, we got home and it was time for some dinner. I just quickly threw together some leftovers, warmed them up, and then onto the main event was this delicious cake. It was amazing. Like I've said again 2 times now, this is a third. Hot fudge would have been better, but this is delicious. I'll link it down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye friends.